The sky above Earth was a quiet blue, calm and peaceful like any other day. But humanity knew that peace was fragile. Far beyond the orbit of Mars, vast alien fleets moved silently through the void, their purpose clear. They were coming for Earth. Scientists, leaders, and soldiers watched the screens with a mix of fear and determination. Humanity had tried to warn them. Humanity had tried to negotiate. And now, for the final time, Earth was about to make its last warning. On the bridge of the United Earth Command Station, General Elena Marquez stared at the holographic display. Thousands of alien warships glided in perfect formation, their dark metallic hulls gleaming in the sunlight. No communication had come from them yet, only signals that their AI-controlled sensors were watching. "Sir," said Captain Rue, his voice tense. "The aliens haven't responded to our last warning. They're ignoring every message. What do we do next?" General Marquez's eyes were sharp, calm, but unyielding. "We do what humans do best. We prepare. They may think we are small. They may think we are weak. But they are about to find out they misjudged us." In cities across Earth, ordinary people went about their lives unaware of how close danger had come. Traffic lights blinked, children played in parks, and trains rumbled along rails. But behind the scenes, humanity was ready. Secret defense grids hummed with power, new fighter ships were readied, and scientists monitored alien signals, studying them for weaknesses. Dr. Aaron Mehta, the lead scientist on Earth's defense program, worked in a vast underground laboratory. He adjusted a control panel, making tiny calibrations to a device called the Graviton Pulse Array, a weapon designed to neutralize alien propulsion systems without destroying the ships themselves. "These aliens think they can intimidate us," Dr. Mehta said, speaking to his assistant. "They underestimate the human mind. That is our greatest advantage. Do you really think it will work?" the assistant asked. Dr. Mehta smiled faintly. "It has to. They think we're primitive. That makes them careless. We can turn that carelessness against them." Meanwhile, in orbit above the Pacific Ocean, Captain Lena Ortiz piloted the Horizon Sentinel, one of Earth's most advanced stealth fighters. Her eyes were fixed on the alien ships appearing on her radar. She was young, but her training had been relentless. She knew every maneuver, every tactic humans could use to survive against superior forces. "They're ignoring us," she said into her comm. "They think we're too small to matter, but that's about to change." Back on Earth, world leaders gathered at the United Earth Assembly, the final meeting before the predicted arrival of alien forces. The president of Earth, a calm, resolute woman named Selene Wu, addressed the council. "Humanity has faced many threats before," she said. "Today we face one that is unlike any other. These alien fleets have ignored every warning. They believe we cannot defend ourselves. Let us prove them wrong. Let us show them what it means to underestimate humans." The room was silent for a moment, the weight of her words sinking in. Then applause broke out, not from fear but from determination. Humanity was ready to fight, not because it wanted war, but because it could not afford to fail. Thousands of miles away, a young engineer named Malik Khan watched the live feeds of alien fleets entering the solar system. His fingers moved over a console, running simulations faster than any human mind could keep up. Malik wasn't a soldier, but he was part of a team that had created the Stealth Swarm. Small, autonomous drones that could outmaneuver and disable alien ships. "They think they have us cornered," he muttered. "But we've prepared. We have something they don't expect. Human ingenuity." On the alien side, Supreme Commander Tharkik watched Earth through massive holographic screens aboard his flagship. His fleet was immense, the most powerful in this sector of the galaxy. And yet he felt no concern. "Send them a message," he said, his voice cold and mechanical. "Tell them we do not negotiate with primitive species. Let them know their warning means nothing." The alien council laughed, or at least a sound they produced that humans could perceive as laughter. "Earth is tiny," one alien said, its multiple eyes glinting. "They will submit. They cannot resist us. Their weapons are weak. Their defense is laughable. We will take what we want." But Earth had learned a lesson long before. Humanity knew that brute force was not always the answer. Humanity had always survived by thinking, by adapting, by fighting smarter, not just harder. And this time, they had an advantage the aliens had not considered: unpredictability. As the alien warships moved closer, Earth's hidden fleet activated stealth shields. In orbit, satellites shifted positions, creating a deceptive pattern to confuse the alien sensors. Underground, the graviton pulse array hummed to life, its power quietly building. The world held its breath. Captain Lena Ortiz checked her instruments one last time. Her heart raced, but her mind was calm. "Let them come," she said quietly. "They'll see what humans are made of." At the same time, Dr. Mehta initiated the final calibration of the weapon system. Lights flickered across the control panels, and a low hum filled the lab. "Ready or not," he whispered, "here comes humanity's first move." Back on Earth's surface, ordinary citizens noticed nothing unusual. Life went on as usual. Children laughed, families dined, and cities sparkled under the sun. But in secret, humanity was ready to do something the galaxy had never seen. Fight back with precision, courage, and a mind sharper than any alien AI. And then, as the first alien scouts crossed into the outer limits of the solar system, Earth's final warning was sent. One last chance to avoid war. But the aliens ignored it, laughing, confident that a primitive planet could never resist them. That night, General Marquez stood on a balcony above the command center looking at the stars. The fleets were visible even from Earth, faint glimmers against the blackness of space. She thought about the countless generations who had survived every challenge: plagues, wars, disasters, and invasions. Humanity had always endured. "They think they can scare us," she said to herself. "They don't know who they are dealing with." The first light of dawn barely touched the horizon when the aliens' warships entered the outer limits of the solar system. From Earth, the immense dark shapes glimmered against the black canvas of space. To anyone on the surface, they were invisible. But for those in the command centers and space stations, the threat had never been more real. General Elena Marquez stood on the bridge of the United Earth Command Station, her gaze fixed on the holographic display. Hundreds of alien warships, each bristling with weapons far beyond Earth's existing arsenals, advanced steadily toward the inner planets. "They've ignored our warning," Captain Ryu said again, tension threading his voice. "They're still coming." General Marquez didn't flinch. "Then it's time we remind them what humans are capable of," she said. Her voice was calm, commanding, and full of conviction. "Activate the first wave." Deep underground, in a labyrinth of reinforced tunnels, the graviton pulse array hummed to life. Scientists watched carefully as the machine slowly powered up, drawing energy from massive generators hidden beneath the Earth's surface. The array didn't aim to destroy. It aimed to immobilize. Alien warships relied on speed, precision, and advanced navigation systems. If those systems failed, the aliens would find themselves helpless. Dr. Arun Mehta adjusted the final controls. "Ready," he said, his voice steady. "This will hit their propulsion systems first. They'll be stopped without a single human life lost." Above Earth, Captain Lena Ortiz's stealth fighter, Horizon Sentinel, zipped into position. Alongside her, dozens of other human pilots, some veteran soldiers, some young prodigies, prepared for the first engagement. Their orders were simple: observe, confuse, and strike where the aliens least expected. "They think this is going to be easy," Lena muttered into her comm. "Let's make sure they're wrong." The alien scouts, confident and unaware, began probing Earth's orbital defenses. They fired small energy pulses to test humanity's response. The pulses struck empty space. Satellites had shifted, stealth shields had activated, and every attack had been anticipated. Alien AI recalculated, trying to adapt, but it couldn't predict human unpredictability. Suddenly, the graviton pulse array fired. A wave of energy rippled silently through space. Alien warships felt it instantly. Engines sputtered. Navigation systems flickered and died. Ships that had moved like bullets through the void now drifted helplessly, spinning out of control. On the bridge of the alien flagship, Supreme Commander Tharkik's eyes widened. "What is this?" he demanded. "Systems failing. All of them." "Impossible," hissed an officer. "Their technology is primitive. It shouldn't work." But it did. Earth had turned what seemed weak into strength. What the aliens had ignored, the human mind, resourcefulness, and ingenuity, was now their downfall. "Prepare countermeasures," Tharkik roared. "Deploy the drones. Fire everything." Captain Lena watched as alien drones moved toward her squadron. They were fast, precise, and deadly. But humanity's stealth fighters were faster. Using complex maneuvers that alien AI could not calculate, Lena and her team dodged, spun, and outflanked the enemy. Every drone destroyed another, and every destroyed drone provided valuable data to human scientists. Below, in underground labs, Malik Khan monitored live feeds. His fingers flew over the console as he guided the stealth swarm drones. These tiny, agile machines darted between alien warships, jamming sensors, disrupting energy shields, and creating chaos. "They're panicking," Malik whispered. "They didn't expect this." On the alien flagship, alarms rang constantly. Warships collided with one another as navigational systems failed. Alien crews scrambled, trying to regain control, but every attempt was met with another surprise from humanity. It wasn't brute force, it was intelligence, creativity, and unpredictability. In orbit around Mars, General Marquez issued the next order: deploy orbital nets. Massive arrays of energy-based nets spread silently in space. Alien warships drifting from the graviton pulse array's effects collided with the nets. They became trapped, unable to maneuver. Some alien ships tried to fire through the nets, but the energy barriers absorbed the attacks without damage. "This is incredible," said one young officer. They aren't fighting like any species we've encountered." "That's humanity," General Marquez said simply. "We don't fight like anyone else." As the hours passed, the aliens realized the scale of their miscalculation. Ships that had been built to dominate entire star systems now lay disabled or destroyed. Their communication systems were flooded with false signals, their AI confused by human ingenuity. The once mighty fleet was faltering. Supreme Commander Tharkik banged his clawed hand on a console. How can this be happening?" Meanwhile, Earth's news channels reported on the strange movements in orbit, though details were sparse. Across the globe, ordinary citizens watched live feeds of satellites and images of drifting alien ships. For the first time, people saw the power of human unity. People from all nations felt pride, hope, and awe. Back on the battlefield, Captain Lena maneuvered her fighter through a destroyed alien warship. "This is amazing," she said into her comm. We're actually winning." "Stay focused," General Marquez replied. "Winning is not enough. We need to show them they misjudged us completely. Every move counts." The aliens, desperate now, attempted a full-scale assault on Earth itself. Energy beams lanced toward orbital cities, aiming to disable satellites and disrupt communication. But the humans had planned for this. The graviton pulse array targeted the energy cannons, shutting them down before a single shot reached the planet. Stealth drones intercepted incoming missiles, and fighter squadrons danced through enemy fire, destroying every ship that came too close. Dr. Mehta smiled as he watched the alien forces struggle. They expected fear. They expected surrender. What they didn't expect was humans refusing to give in. Supreme Commander Tharkik realized with a growing panic that the entire alien fleet was crippled. What they had believed would be an easy conquest had become a disaster. Ships drifted uselessly, their AI systems fried, their crew in chaos. "Retreat," Tharkik shouted, but it was too late. The human counterattack had already taken control. Stealth drones infiltrated their flagship, disabling weapons and shields. Alien warships began to vanish, one by one, systematically neutralized without unnecessary destruction. On Earth, General Marquez allowed herself a small smile. "The first strike is successful," she said, "and this is only the beginning." Captain Lena returned to the command station, her fighter scarred but intact. She looked at the disabled alien ships floating in orbit. "They didn't see it coming," she said softly. We're stronger than they thought." Across the planet, scientists, soldiers, and civilians alike celebrated quietly. The human race had faced the first wave of alien assault and emerged victorious. The aliens, once confident in their superiority, were now learning a harsh lesson. Earth could not be taken by force. Yet, even as humanity celebrated, there was no time for complacency. The alien fleets were not destroyed, only halted. Supreme Commander Tharkik would return, and he would bring new strategies, new weapons, new horrors. But humanity had something he did not: unpredictability, courage, and unity. And that night, as Earth's people slept under the quiet stars, the skies above shimmered with the remnants of alien warships drifting silently. Humanity had survived. Humanity had fought back. And humanity had shown the galaxy that to underestimate Earth was a mistake no one would repeat. In the command center, General Marquez looked at the stars again. Her voice was calm but filled with resolve. "They may come back, but if they do, they will learn the hard way that humans never surrender." Somewhere in the void beyond Mars, Supreme Commander Tharkik regrouped, furious and shaken. His fleets were damaged, his AI confused, and his pride wounded. For the first time in his life, he feared a species he had dismissed as primitive. The victory had been sweet, but Earth's leaders knew it was only the beginning. Humanity had survived the first wave, but the alien fleets were not defeated. They were merely shaken. Across the solar system, damaged alien ships floated like silent warnings, while their commanders retreated to strategize. General Elena Marquez stood once again on the bridge of the United Earth Command Station. Her eyes scanned the incoming reports. "Sir," Captain Ryu said, his tone grim, "the aliens are regrouping. Larger ships, more advanced weapons. This next wave will be stronger than anything we've seen." Marquez nodded, her jaw firm. "And we will be ready. Humanity survives by adapting. Every strike we faced, we learned. Every strategy they use against us, we study. We turn their strength into weakness." Far beyond Mars, the alien fleet had gathered in a vast formation. Supreme Commander Tharkik paced on the bridge of his flagship, a storm of anger and disbelief raging inside him. Humanity had struck with precision, crippled their systems, and even used captured AI logic to predict their moves. "They are a primitive species," Tharkik hissed. "And yet, their strategies defy logic. Their bravery is infuriating." His advisors tried to calm him. "Commander, we can regroup. We can bring heavier fleets, we can—" "No," Tharkik cut them off. "We underestimated them once. We will not fail again. Launch the next wave. Bring every ship we have. Show them the cost of defiance. Back on Earth." Scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to improve defenses. Dr. Aaron Mehta oversaw upgrades to the graviton pulse array, increasing its range and efficiency. "They'll bring more ships," he said to his team. "They'll be stronger, faster, more organized. But humans are unpredictable. We adapt, we improvise, and that makes us unstoppable." Captain Lena Ortiz led her squadron in training exercises above Earth's orbit. Her fighter spins, loops, and sudden accelerations weren't just maneuvers. They were rehearsals for the chaos the aliens would bring. Young pilots watched her with awe, inspired by her calm courage. "They're coming," Lena said into her comm, "and we're ready. They think they're superior, but we know better. We fight smart. We fight together. That's why we survive." As predicted, the alien warships returned, far larger than before. Massive vessels carried weapons that could annihilate entire cities. Their formations were tight, disciplined, and frighteningly efficient. But Earth's defenses had grown in strength as well. The first alien strike hit the asteroid belt. Explosions ripped through space as drones clashed with stealth fighters. Lena's squadron darted between incoming missiles and energy beams, guiding smaller human drones to confuse and disable alien sensors. "They're adapting," Captain Ryu said. "Their AI is learning from our movements." "Good," General Marquez replied. "Then let's give them something they cannot adapt to." Deep underground, Dr. Mehta activated a new device, the phase disruptor, capable of creating temporary distortions in space that could interfere with alien navigation. The alien fleets, confident in their superior technology, found their weapons misfiring and engines stuttering. Ships collided, shields overloaded, and communication links jammed. Supreme Commander Tharkik slammed his clawed hand on a console. "Impossible. Our strategies are flawless." On the human side, Lena executed a daring maneuver. She led her squadron in a risky, high-speed attack directly through the heart of the alien fleet. Alien commanders expected hesitation. They expected fear. Instead, they were met with coordinated precision, moving unpredictably and striking where no algorithm could calculate. In orbit above Earth, satellites recorded the scene, alien ships spinning helplessly, missiles missing their targets, and humans controlling the battlefield despite inferior numbers. Ordinary citizens across the world watched in awe. Humanity was not just surviving, it was winning. Meanwhile, Malik Khan monitored the swarm drones, directing them with pinpoint accuracy. Each drone disabled enemy sensors, intercepted weapons, or created false signals to mislead alien AI. "They're panicking," Malik whispered. "They didn't expect humans to fight this way, and they still think this planet is small, insignificant. But the aliens were relentless. New warships fired energy beams toward Earth, aiming to cripple orbital defenses and force humanity into submission. For a moment, hope flickered in the human command center, but then General Marquez issued her orders. "Deploy orbital energy grids," she said. "Activate the phase disruptor. Fire the graviton pulse array. This ends tonight. The Earth's hidden weapons fired in unison. Alien ships experienced sudden system failures, navigation errors, and energy feedbacks that forced them to halt their attacks. Beams misfired and exploded in space. Ships spun helplessly, unable to continue the assault. On the flagship of Supreme Commander Tharkik, alarms blared. Crew members shouted orders, but chaos reigned. The humans had anticipated every tactic, every assault. Their unpredictability and ingenuity made the alien fleet ineffective. They are stronger than expected, an alien officer admitted, voice trembling, and smarter. They fight with courage. Tharkik's rage boiled over. Prepare boarding teams. We will take their ships and end this ourselves. But the humans had anticipated that too. Stealth drones intercepted boarding pods. Fighter squadrons struck with precision. Alien boarding attempts failed again and again. Every move Earth made turned the tide further in their favor. Captain Lena led her squadron directly into the heart of the enemy flagship. With a series of daring maneuvers, they disabled the ship's main weapons and shields. For the first time, the alien commanders realized that humans were not just defending, they were controlling the battle. Supreme Commander Tharkik's voice shook with fury. Impossible, they are everywhere. From Earth, General Marquez watched as alien ships began to retreat. They've learned the hard way, she said softly. Humans are not so easily defeated. For the first time, humanity had demonstrated something extraordinary. Superior technology and brute force were not enough to overcome courage, intelligence, and adaptability. Humans were unpredictable, and that unpredictability had become their greatest weapon. Across Earth, people cheered. In homes, schools, and streets, citizens celebrated quietly but proudly. Humanity had survived the second wave. The alien fleets had underestimated them once, and now they had to face the terrifying reality that Earth would not surrender. Dr. Maida smiled at the reports flooding his screen. They expected fear, he said. They expected surrender. They didn't expect humans to fight back with creativity and courage, and that is why we survive. Captain Lena returned to Earth orbit, her fighter battered but intact. We've won this round, she said. But we can't stop. They'll come back. And when they do, we have to be ready, General Marquez nodded. They will come back. But each time they do, they will learn more about humanity. And with every attack we grow stronger, smarter, and more united. Somewhere in the void beyond the asteroid belt, Supreme Commander Tharkik regrouped his remaining forces. His pride was wounded, his fleet damaged, and his confidence shaken. For the first time in his long career, he feared a species he had dismissed as insignificant. But even as he plotted the next assault, Earth had learned its lesson too. Survival was not about matching strength with strength. Survival was about using the mind, courage, and unity to turn even the deadliest opponent into a vulnerable target. The aftermath of the second wave left the alien fleet battered and confused. Ships that had once inspired fear drifted uselessly in the void. Engines flickering, weapons offline. Humanity had proven its strength, but the leaders on Earth knew the battle was far from over. General Elena Marquez stood on the bridge of the United Earth Command Station, watching reports from across the solar system. We've held our ground, she said calmly. But now it's time to take the fight to them. Captain Lena Ortiz's fighter squadron prepared for a new mission, humanity's first counteroffensive into deep space. For the first time, humans would attack the alien fleet at its source. Not merely defend Earth. The strategy was daring, possibly dangerous, but it was the only way to ensure Earth would never again be threatened. They'll expect defense, Lena said to her pilots. They won't expect offense, and that is where we will surprise them. Meanwhile, Dr. Aaron Maida and his team worked tirelessly on the graviton pulse array and the phase disruptor, enhancing their range and mobility. Their goal was simple: disable alien command ships without causing unnecessary destruction. Humanity's mission was not to annihilate. They fought to survive and to assert dominance through intelligence and strategy. Malik Khan directed the swarm drones, small and highly agile, capable of infiltrating enemy ships and disrupting their systems. We'll be ghosts in their fleet, Malik said. They'll never see us coming until it's too late. The alien commanders, Supreme Commander Tharkik among them, had retreated to the outer rim of the solar system. Their pride wounded, their confidence shaken, they began repair and reorganization. Tharkik's eyes, glinting with anger, scanned the damaged fleet. Earth is a pest, he growled. They are persistent, unpredictable, and cunning. But no species can survive the full might of our armada, his advisors murmured nervously. Commander, perhaps we should negotiate. No, Tharkik snapped. Negotiate? They will learn their place. Launch the fleet immediately. Crush them. But the humans had anticipated such arrogance. The counter-offensive began with precision. Stealth fighters, led by Captain Lena, slipped through the outer defenses of the alien fleet. Swarm drones followed, invisible to alien sensors, infiltrating the ships and disabling key systems. Alien warships, once symbols of terror, now drifted helplessly, their engines failing and their weapons offline. On the flagship of the alien fleet, alarms blared continuously. Officers shouted commands, trying to coordinate defenses, but the humans' unpredictability made their AI useless. Ships collided, shields flickered, and panic spread through the fleet. Lena's squadron attacked with coordinated precision. She and her pilots moved like shadows, striking where enemy AI could not calculate, exploiting every flaw. One by one, alien ships were disabled, not destroyed. Humans wanted control, not mindless destruction. Deep inside the alien flagship, Supreme Commander Tharkik struggled to maintain order. Every system failure, every disabled ship was a blow to his pride. How can they do this? He demanded. Their technology is primitive. On Earth, General Marquez smiled at the reports. It's not just technology, she said. It's strategy, courage, and intelligence. It's humans. The turning point came when Lena and a select strike team managed to board the alien flagship using captured pods. Humans moved silently, expertly, disabling core systems from within. Alien officers tried to resist, but they were unprepared for humans operating inside their most secure ships. Every action had been rehearsed, calculated, and executed with perfect timing. Malik Khan monitored the operation from the command station, guiding drones and providing critical real-time intelligence. They don't know we're inside, he whispered. We're ghosts, and now we take control. The strike team reached the alien command center. Lena's voice was calm, firm, and unyielding as she addressed the remaining officers. Your fleet is under our control. Surrender, or you will be stranded in space with no propulsion, no weapons, and no allies. For the first time, Supreme Commander Tharkik felt fear, not for himself, but for his fleet. His pride had been shattered, his arrogance exposed. Impossible, he shouted. Humans cannot command our ships. They already do, Lena said. Your technology is ours now, and your mistakes were your undoing. As Earth's counter-offensive unfolded, humanity demonstrated not just strength, but restraint and intelligence. They disabled alien systems without unnecessary casualties, proving that humans were not a species motivated solely by destruction, but by survival, strategy, and morality. Across the galaxy, other civilizations observed quietly. A small, once overlooked planet had not only survived an alien assault, but had turned the tide, capturing advanced ships and demonstrating a level of intelligence and coordination that was astonishing. Back on the alien flagship, Tharkik realized the full scope of the defeat. We underestimated them, he admitted, voice trembling. We mocked them, and now we pay the price. On Earth, celebrations were muted but heartfelt. Scientists, engineers, pilots, and leaders watched live feeds as the alien fleet, once a symbol of unstoppable power, now floated under human control. Humanity had not only defended its home, it had struck decisively, showing the galaxy that Earth was not to be trifled with. Dr. Mehta leaned back in his chair, exhausted but satisfied. They expected fear. They expected surrender. They did not expect humans to fight with courage, intelligence, and strategy. And that is why we win. Captain Lena returned from the flagship, her fighter bearing scars but intact. We've done what no one expected, she said. We've taken the fight to them. And we've shown that humans are not just survivors. We're leaders. General Marquez addressed the command center. This is a new era, she said. We fought for survival and we won. But more than that, we proved that humanity cannot be ignored. We are not just defenders of Earth. We are a force the galaxy must respect. Supreme Commander Tharkik and his remaining officers had no choice but to retreat further into the unknown regions of space. Their fleet was diminished, their confidence shattered, and their perception of humans forever changed. Yet even as the alien fleet fled, humanity remained vigilant. They had won this battle, but the war, if it could be called that, was far from over. Humans knew the galaxy was vast, full of challenges and potential threats, but they also knew their greatest weapon was themselves, their mind, their courage, and their unity. The counter-offensive had done more than secure Earth. It had sent a message across the stars. Humans were not a species to be underestimated. And for the first time, the galaxy would see that intelligence, courage, and creativity could triumph over raw power. On the bridge of the command station, General Marquez looked at the stars. The alien fleet had been dealt a serious blow, their pride broken, their arrogance exposed. "Let them regroup," she said softly. "Next time they will think twice. And next time we will be ready, stronger, smarter, and united." Captain Lena watched alongside her. "We've changed everything," she said. "They thought they were superior. They thought we were weak, and now they know better." Malik Khan returned to his console, guiding the last of the drones back. "They may return," he said, "but every move they make we will anticipate. They thought they could intimidate us. They were wrong." Dr. Mehta stood with his team, exhausted but proud. "We've shown them what humanity can do," he said. "Not just survive, but fight, think, and win. That is our legacy." And as Earth's people looked up at the stars, they knew the same truth. Humanity had faced the impossible, turned the tide, and shown the galaxy that no matter how small, underestimated, or dismissed, humans could achieve greatness. The alien fleets retreated, but their fear remained. Fear of the small blue planet, of a species that had turned survival into a weapon, of a species that refused to bow, and humanity, united and determined, prepared for whatever might come next. The counteroffensive had not just won the battle, it had changed the course of history. Humanity was no longer a planet to be conquered. Humanity was a force. The alien fleets had retreated, fleeing into the dark stretches of space. The ships that had once threatened Earth were now scattered and powerless, drifting aimlessly under the control of humans who had taken command. Across Earth, people celebrated, but not with reckless joy. They knew this victory was more than a single battle. It was the moment humanity had proven its strength to the entire galaxy. General Elena Marquez stood on the balcony of the United Earth Command Station, looking at the stars. The battlefield was now quiet. The alien fleets that had terrified humanity were gone, or at least immobilized. Yet the general felt no triumphalism. "Victory," she murmured, "is not measured by destruction. It is measured by the strength of character and the wisdom to act when the moment comes." Captain Lena Ortiz returned from the deepest sectors of the solar system, where she had led her squadron in disabling the last of the alien command ships. Her fighter was scorched and battered, but her eyes shone with a mix of pride and relief. "They underestimated us," she said softly, addressing General Marquez. "Every calculation they made assumed fear, hesitation, or surrender. And we gave them none. Not one," Marquez nodded. "Humans are not so easily broken. This is our lesson, and it is the galaxy's warning. Underestimate Earth, and you will learn the hard way." Meanwhile, Dr. Aaron Mehta and his team worked tirelessly to study the captured alien ships. The graviton pulse array and phase disruptor had proven humanity's ingenuity, but the real treasure was the alien technology itself. Advanced propulsion systems, energy shields, and AI architecture, all of it could now be understood, improved, and integrated into Earth's defenses. Malik Khan monitored the control room, directing swarm drones that now patrolled alien vessels under human command. "They thought they could intimidate us," he said. "They were wrong. Every mistake they made, we turned against them." Across the globe, ordinary citizens watched live feeds of the alien fleet drifting helplessly under human control. Children cheered, parents held their families close, and people everywhere felt a new sense of pride. Humanity had survived a threat far beyond anything imagined, and it had emerged victorious. The alien commander, Supreme Commander Tharkik, retreated to the far reaches of space, his fleet shattered and his pride in ruins. For the first time he felt fear, not for himself but for the species he had underestimated. "Earth," he hissed to his advisors, "they are not what we thought. They are dangerous." Yet even in retreat, the aliens did not strike back. They had learned something crucial. The humans were not to be ignored. The small blue planet had shown courage, intelligence, and unity beyond comprehension. To underestimate Earth again would be fatal. On Earth, leaders gathered in the United Earth Assembly to discuss the future. The President Selene Wu addressed the council. Today we have not only defended our planet, we have proven humanity's place among the stars. We have faced a threat that assumed our weakness, and we have shown them our strength. Let this victory guide us. We must continue to innovate, to unite, and to ensure that Earth is never vulnerable again. General Marquez stood beside the president. This is only the beginning, she said. The galaxy will watch us now, and we must be prepared. But for the first time, humans know that no matter the odds, we can triumph. Captain Lena Ortiz and her squadron received honors for their courage and skill. Young pilots, inspired by her leadership, began training with renewed determination. We are the defenders of Earth, Lena said. And now we are a force the galaxy cannot ignore. Scientists worked alongside engineers to adapt alien technology for human use. Energy shields that could protect entire cities, propulsion systems capable of interstellar travel, and advanced AI tools that could assist humanity in exploration and defense, all became part of a new era. Dr. Maida spoke to a group of students touring the laboratory. The aliens thought they were superior, he said. They had powerful technology, but they lacked the one thing humans have in abundance: creativity, courage, and the ability to adapt. That is why we survived, and that is why we will continue to thrive. As Earth rebuilt and strengthened, communication networks reached other star systems. Humans sent messages not just of caution but of friendship. They extended greetings to alien civilizations who had observed the conflict from afar, showing that humanity could be both formidable and fair. The captured alien ships became ambassadors of human ingenuity. In space stations across the solar system, humans studied them, reverse-engineered them, and learned from them. No longer a threat, the alien technology became a symbol of humanity's triumph, not through sheer violence, but through intelligence, strategy, and courage. Even in distant parts of the galaxy, rumors of Earth's victory spread. Traders, explorers, and diplomats spoke of a small planet that had faced an alien armada and emerged victorious. Humanity's reputation grew not as conquerors, but as a species to be respected. Supreme Commander Tharkik, once confident in his superiority, now spoke cautiously. The humans, they are unlike anything we expected. We underestimated them. We mocked them. And now we know better. The humans had achieved more than survival. They had achieved legacy. Across Earth, children learned stories of the battle, of the courage of soldiers and scientists, of the unity of a species that refused to bow. Humanity had faced annihilation and responded with brilliance, resourcefulness, and heart. General Marquez walked through a quiet command center, looking at the images of drifting alien ships. We have sent a message, she said softly. Not just to these aliens, but to the entire galaxy. Humanity is here. Humanity will survive, and humanity will rise. Captain Lena Ortiz looked up at the stars, feeling a weight lifted from her shoulders. They thought we were weak. They thought we would surrender. And now, they know better. We've changed the galaxy's perception of Earth forever. Malik Khan smiled as he guided the final drones back into docking stations. We fought smart. We fought together. We showed courage. And we won. That's humanity in its finest form. And so Earth entered a new era, one of vigilance, strength, and opportunity. One where humans knew they could face any challenge and survive. One where humanity would not only protect their home planet, but explore, innovate, and extend its influence responsibly across the stars. The alien fleets had been defeated, their arrogance shattered. But humanity had not only defended itself, they had proven that intelligence, courage, and unity could overcome even the most advanced adversaries. The stars above Earth shone brighter than ever, as if celebrating the resilience of a species that refused to be dominated. Humanity had endured, had fought, and had risen to claim its place among the galaxy's great civilizations.